Welcome to today's Vtuber Studio Open Q&A session. Today we will be talking about the newest updates of the open source project, and primarily to reintroduce Vtuber Studio as both an editor game as well as a project that you can take and then customize for yourself. So Vtuber Studio features the vast capabilities of the Off-World live streaming toolkit for VTubers and live streamers. And it is also an open source project template for you to quickly customize and package into your own Vtuber Studio. And primarily our features include the OWL capture systems. So we have viewport capture, Cinecam capture, and 360 capture already embedded in the project. Apart from that, we also have a streaming and media output function, allowing us to exploit the capabilities of the virtual webcam, spout output, NDI output, streaming to RTMP, as well as saving to file. On the media input side, we have screen capture, spout, and NDI again, but more so importantly, recently we've introduced the Twitch integration as well as face tracking and post tracking with both live link and VMC support. So this means that you can use an external application called XR Animator to stream post-tracking data into Unreal directly. We also have created a plugin that allows you to include Twitch chat in the kind of interactivity of your level. So alongside that, we've designed a lot of example assets that I find really useful for you to just drag and drop to then change materials and customize into your own Vtuber Studio. And so we have updates available on GitHub, and they will be available every week. And here's the GitHub page. Apart from that, we also have dependencies that you might need to download to use in conjunction with the open source project. So we have Unreal Engine, we're using 5.2 for this project. You'll need Visual Studio to build source code. You'll also need OBS to kind of stream data in and out using our Spout plugin for OBS Studio. And then we have the NDI tools so that you can, if you want to use NDI, that's also embedded in the project. And finally, we have XR Animator. So to quickly clone the Vtuber Studio project, you just have to clone from our GitHub page. And once it's all downloaded, you can then right-click Vtuber Studio uProject and select Generate Visual Studio Project Files. In Visual Studio, you can then build solution to then open up the project in Unreal Engine directly. Again, this is an Apache licensed open source project, so you're free to modify and distribute versions and even use it for commercial purposes. And we really recommend that you also kind of contribute to the project as it is open source. It'll be nice to kind of make use of the hive mind. And again, for those of you who are new to our Discord open Q&A sessions, although today is a Friday, usually we host our events on Wednesdays, where we'll talk about these following topics. So this week, I'm really showing you the kind of full body mocap we've developed for MetaHumans. We've also developed XR Animator to MetaHuman process via a blueprint that receives VMC data. Moreover, we'll be using ARKit ARKit enabled information so that we can stream ARKit data via VMC into Unreal. So today I'll be doing a quick demo of that, but don't worry if you haven't kind of gotten the full understanding of it, as we will be releasing a tutorial series very, very soon. So for now, I'm just going to open up my my Unreal project. So for those of you who've been following our project for a while, we use the XR Animator to stream our pose tracking data into Unreal. So primarily, I'm just going to use this. And this is our, we're currently using XR Animator to stream data in. And you can see that the face has already started working. And we're using full body tracking. So now, if I just move my laptop a bit further, I can then stand up and use my capture system alongside pose tracking. I was just moving around slowly, but you can see that all the tracking is done with a single webcam, and that streams into Unreal directly. So that's the kind of work we've been doing for the past 2 months. And to give you a good idea of what we've been working on as well, we're using the XR Animator, which is a full-body AI motion tracking solution using a single webcam. And our workflow today is to create an ARKit enabled VRM character and replace that into XR Animator so that we can then receive Blendshape data through VMC, and then editing the face animation blueprint and body animation blueprint. So very quickly, I'm just going to show you how it already looks on our XR Animator application. So I use something that's called HANA tool. I think it's called HANA tool to convert our existing VRM0 version 0 characters into ARKit compatible VRM characters. So that's really, really useful. So although this HANA tool is Japanese, for those of you who are just wondering, this says avatar selection. And so you just have to import a specific VRM character, let's say. And then you can then adjust the glyphs or to make perfect sync blend shapes into perfect synced blend shapes into your avatar. So you can see that we've already baked perfect sync blend shapes into the avatar. What this is really the kind of the blend shapes for perfect sync is basically our AR kit. So we'll just be using this button, and after that you can just see clip adjustments on the left corner. So that's basically all the blend shapes we have access to. Once that's done, you can just go back and save this as an additional file. And afterwards, we'll then need to learn how to receive blend shapes from Unreal. I've replaced, inside the kind of source code of this Electron application, I've replaced the avatar with this avatar, which is our custom kind of off-world avatar. And now we just have to receive VRM data through VMC, and we can see if we can access these kind of ARKit blend shapes on the face. Just opening that up now. Drag that to my So if you've been following our tutorial, you'll know that I have created a curve map that receives all the values that are being sent via VMC real time. And so if we turn on the VMC receiver and click on server listen, this will constantly update our animation blueprint. So you can see this is what's happening now, and it's tracking to my face using the inputs received from VMC. So now we have a different sets of brow movements, eye blend shapes, as well as mouth blend shapes, which I've then, because individually found each row and linked them to their corresponding modify curve pins. So now you can see that it's working. There isn't much of a technique there apart from a lot of manual labor, but for those of you cloning the project, it will just work right off the bat. So hopefully that is useful for you. And apart from that, I'm just going to show you quickly how I have configured the body blueprints. So this week I've added finger tracking. So if you're looking at the left view over here, a little panel, you'll see that there are fingers tracking. And obviously, as we're using a webcam without any depth data, it's really hard to control the rotation. So what I've done here is not finished, but you can see that the fingers rotate. The fingers are moving as they are tracked, but I just need to get the angles right of the wrists and stuff. So it's working all right. It's a bit creepy at points, but I've just linked them up to the animation blueprint beyond the 4 limbs. So there's right hand and left hand is on the right side. And then we have the 4 limbs over here. So hope that was useful for today's catch-up. And for those of you who are missing it, don't worry. We will be very quickly releasing a new tutorial series on this. Again, thank you so much for watching. I know my background's a bit noisy, so I'll definitely record a lot of sessions after this to show you our latest updates. But thank you so much for tuning in, and hope to see you soon.